And we are live. What's up, everybody? AJ Valenz here with my boy K Park.
What's poppin'? What's poppin'?
I don't know if I said with my boy or with the boy. I just said with the other boy.
Either
and
way
we're going to
works.
talk today, our very first podcast. Thanks for tuning in. We're going to talk about, you want to give the subject matter here?
I don't remember what the subject matter is. You can.
We're
say
talking about God. We're talking
yeah.
about the God, the omnipotent spirit in the sky.
I don't think omnipotent is the right word. I think it's omnipresent.
Omnipresence. But that motherfucker's potent too.
Definitely can be.
God is a potent. He flooded the whole world.
So what are your thoughts on it?
My thoughts are I don't believe in God. Fuck that. That's a lie.
I don't know. That's kind of where I'm at too. But for different reasons though. I feel like everybody has a different reason they like.
First of all, people who are not atheists and strong believers of the church, we do not mean to offend. These are just our points of view as you have your own.
True.
Yeah.
I feel like I hear a lot of people, like the most common thing I hear when people say they don't believe in God or just don't have faith in general is because they feel like they were wronged by something that religion was supposed to provide, which
Yes.
isn't the case for me, I guess. I feel like that's more of like an angsty, like, revenge play. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm not really that type of person. It just didn't make sense to me on like a logical standpoint.
It doesn't make sense. And there's a lot of things that people need to be aware of, like the Crusades, a lot of murders that happened in the name of God.
True.
Yeah, I don't know. Did that happen? Yes.
I feel like, I don't know, it's too much based on perspective for me to really get behind it. And it's been changed so many times and altered so many times.
True.
And there's been faith in something. There's been some sort of higher being that's been disproven time and time again by other religions. And that doesn't really make sense to me either.
Doesn't
How can
make
you
sense.
disprove something that was never proven in the first place?
Let me give you guys something to think about, okay? If somebody was born, sorry, let me turn my phone on silent. If somebody was born, let's say in China, right, and they grew up believing their whole life that Buddha is the main savior, that's everybody told them that's what to believe in, that's what you got to believe in, and then somebody from over here goes over there and it's like, hey, you should believe in Jesus. Who does that mean that they're wrong because they grew up believing it? And does that mean that they are damned to hell because that's their belief since they were a child? Because according to Christianity, that's what happens.
But that's what I mean, though, because everybody, even like Christians, have different beliefs on that, too. It doesn't make sense. Like, how do you follow something that has so many different
Yeah. Who's
ways?
right?
You can't have something to follow that has like 150 different ways to follow the same thing.
Who's
Doesn't
right?
make sense to me.
Who's right? Everybody's left right now. Everybody.
Who talked about this? I think Bill Burr, the comedian, talked about it in an interview, and I liked his perspective on it because he basically said that there's approximately 3,000. No, it wasn't Bill Burr. I don't remember who it was. It was an actor, but he said there's approximately 3,000 known gods or like higher beings in the world. Yeah.
Holy shit. 3,000?
Yep. And his thing was
believe it.
like, he's like, people get mad because I just believe in one less than they do. I'm like, I like that.
That's a good
You know
one.
what I'm saying? Like, everybody else in the world believes in, or doesn't believe in 2,999 of them. I
So is
just happen
everybody
not to
wrong?
believe in 3,000 of them. You know what I'm saying?
Very true. Very true.
And even like back in the day, like back in even like the caveman times, I'm sure if a rock fell off of a cliff because a gust of wind pushed a rock off the cliff, they're gonna say, "Oh, the rock god is mad at
If
us."
a rock killed your goat, you're probably going to be really mad. Be like, what the fuck
It's
is
the
going
goat
on?
killing god.
It's Zeus. He killed my goat.
He's smiting my goats because I forgot to feed them. That's my
Smiters.
punishment. That they
Yeah,
die.
man. I mean, the other day I was looking outside. I had seen lightning. Well, it wasn't the other day because we haven't had lightning in a while here. But I seen lightning and I thought to myself, if I was like in the BC times, I probably would have thought that was God too. But now we understand how electricity works.
Right. That's the thing, though. The faith replaces like the unexplainable.
Mm-hmm.
So
But shit's explained now.
right, it was like the god of life, the god of wind, the god of thunder, the god of the ocean, the god of whatever it may be. And now all we really have left is death. That's the really only unexplainable thing is like what's after death.
Nobody knows.
Which is why I feel like a lot of like the modern day religions are so focused on afterlife and what happens after we pass away. Because again, that's the only real thing that we don't really have an explanation for anymore.
We don't. We never had an explanation.
So
for
it makes sense why Christianity has survived so long. It makes sense why
Are you
Buddhism.
telling me all those poor pharaohs and stuff had their tongues pulled out and their intestines stored in jars for no fucking reason? That sucks. Man,
I mean,
if I was a pharaoh And I was like, yo, just 2,000 years later, nobody's gonna believe in this shit. I'd be salty, bro.
It's a reason for them.
For them, it was just as real as Christianity is.
The reason I don't have a problem with people believing in religion is because I think everybody has to have some sort of God complex or faith complex about their life. Because people a lot of times automatically like assume that atheists have no morals because we don't have a code to follow. But it's like, it's more like the tribal mentality. Like, I'm going to do this because it's good for the tribe and not do this because it's bad for the tribe. Like, I'm not like, oh, I don't believe in God, so killing somebody is okay. Or like murdering an innocent child and like throwing them in a river is okay because I don't believe in God. Yeah. Like, obviously that's not good. That's just common sense. I don't need a God to tell me that that's bad.
Yeah, it's just common sense, you know.
But some people feel like they need something like that to attach themselves to, or again, to push all the unexplainable things or the things that are too hard to deal with on a physical level, that they're able to like work through their things through a religion or through some other sort of medium that just doesn't make sense to me. That's okay to me, I guess.
Yeah, man. I don't know. If you need God and like 10 commandments to like keep you in check so you don't murder everybody, I'm a little bit worried about you.
I think it's okay. If that's what it takes. If it, you know what I'm saying? If the goal is accomplished and you're not a crazy psychopath because of God, more power to you. More power to your God, I guess.
Here's what I want people to go research after we're done with this video, okay? For those who don't know about the Sumerians, it's one of the earliest populations of people who had, like, civilizations. I'm sorry.
Samaritans?
Sumerians. Not Samaritans.
Is it Sumerians or Samaritans?
Like a good Samaritan. Fact check. We got a fact checker over here.
Sumerian or Samaritan?
Samaritan. No.
See, I think Samaritan
it's Sumerians. People gonna comment on this and be like, he was right.
Like old culture. Just look up Sumerian and see if anything pops up.
It's gonna pop up.
I don't think it's gonna pop up, bro.
Zoom in on my face. We're gonna zoom in on my face. It's gonna pop up.
well, that's happening.
There's Samaria. It's a historical and biblical name used for central region of ancient land.
Where the Sumerians lived.
But that's where the Samaritans lived.
Samaritans?
Boom.
What?
Originating from the
Boom.
People, bro, my whole life has been a lie.
Day one, AJ's already getting his shit
I still
wrong.
say it's Sumerians. It's Samaria.
You can say whatever you want to say, but just know it's
America,
wrong.
Samaria.
Don't listen to AJ. Samaritan.
Look, okay, in Samaria, the people there believed in the Anunnaki. This was like the first religion before anything else. And it was these beings from like outer space that would come down to Earth and pretty much like mix their DNA with the hominids that were here and created us. Now, what would you believe? A religion that's been changed multiple times throughout the history of the humans, or the first belief system?
Still nothing.
I guess still nothing, because they didn't really know shit back then.
You know what I'm saying? Like, people could have like, bro, if I'm Korean, right? So if I'm in ancient Korea and all I know is Korean people, and all of a sudden I see some black dude, I'm gonna be freaked the fuck out because I've never seen somebody that looks like that, and I have no possible way to comprehend how did you happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, how are you existing right now?
They say,
or even a white guy. Like, why do you look so weird? You know what I'm saying?
Why are you pink? I'm just kidding. So
why you put cream cheese on graham crackers?
What? Cream cheese on graham crackers?
Man, that's such a weird snack. I dated this girl.
Pull that up, Santana. We're gonna post that picture.
Yeah, cream cheese and graham cracker. I dated this girl in high school though, and that was like her favorite snack.
Right here somewhere.
And it was just the worst. And she would like always want to eat it right before we went to bed. And like waking up with the aftertaste of cream cheese graham crackers after you slept for like 5 hours was just horrible.
Good morning, man. How are you doing? I love you.
I'm not gonna name any names, but
I love you.
You know who you are.
You know where you're at, cream cheese.
Nasty ass morning breath.
Oh, yeah, it's like a whole dessert actually that people like.
What?
You see what I'm saying?
I've lost faith in humanity.
I have no problem with white people. I'm just trying really hard to understand the culture.
Cheesecake is cream cheese on graham crackers.
Oh shit!
So really,
so it's like poor man's cheesecake.
Poor man's cheesecake.
Sugar in its cheesecake.
Ooh, you just add. You learn something new every day, guys. We're supposed to talk about God and how you went home with a cheesecake recipe.
A poor man's cheesecake recipe.
Poor man's cheesecake.
As long as you can afford some graham crackers and a little thing of cream cheese.
All
I
right.
don't. Do you like cream cheese? I don't like cream cheese.
I don't like. I
It's
mean,
too
what do you
thick.
eat cream cheese with?
Apparently, graham
On a
crackers.
bagel, I guess.
You just ate a cheese from Burger King and fucking Oreo cake.
Oh, you said a
That was
cheesecake.
cheesecake.
He had a
I only
cheesecake.
had like 2
from
bites though. It
Burger
was
King.
too much, bro.
Too much
What
cream
about
cheese.
the pickle cream cheese roll-ups? Come on, that's
Minnesota.
like an awesome
Minnesota.
appetizer.
I don't know about that either.
Hey,
That's
you
fire.
think God likes pickle, ham, cream cheese rolls?
I bet you he does if he knows what's good. If he out there.
Weird.
That's weird. Anyways, so man, I don't know. It's just so much unexplainable, and explainable stuff in the history of this earth that it doesn't make sense. In China, I'm pretty sure it was in China, in some caves, they found some writing in like Mandarin that was written before Mandarin even existed.
Hmm.
I'm pretty sure. Look that up, fact checker. Cave writings predating.
Fact checker
Writing.
has a name, okay?
Well, they always find like, I don't know. There's always stuff that's found though. Like they supposedly found the Ark in the Middle East. You know,
They found Jesus
or like you
right
just
around
even
the
like the
corner.
regular like there are wonders of the world like Easter Island and Stonehenge and
How the fuck did that
The
happen?
pyramids.
Man? Stonehenge. The pyramids, bro. The pyramids are aligned with the constellations. You feel me? Like, it's not just random. How does that happen? Not only that, there's other pyramids around the world that are aligned with the same constellation.
I wouldn't be surprised if there was an older civilization that was advanced in a different way than we are, but more advanced than we give them credit for. Because there was I don't know how many like humanoid species there were, but humans were just one of them. We were like one of 300.
There
or
was
something.
Neanderthals before, like,
And a
Homo
bunch of,
sapiens.
but also a bunch of other things. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like we just happened to be the one that survived this long.
That's why Bigfoot exists.
Sure.
I mean, couldn't it be possible that a humanoid like Bigfoot exists? Do you know
Well-
how big the woods are in, like, Northwest America?
Yeah, what was it called? Like
Huge.
Gigantopithecus, like the giant
Yeah.
monkeys or the giant apes.
That's my cousin.
That's your cousin?
Nah.
That's what's up, man. You should introduce me.
His name's Carlos.
But it was like, yeah, Gigantopithecus, I think was like
Yeah,
a prehistoric giant ape that is apparently what Bigfoot was supposed to be like a descendant of.
Yeah. Something like that, yeah. I don't know. It could still exist, man. Nature.
We were just one of the species that we were just the species that happened to survive this far. So it wouldn't surprise me if before our civilization
Somebody had already
started-
made it there and just fucked up
Yeah, but not in the same way that we did. You know what I'm
in
saying?
a
'Cause,
different
like,
way. Well,
we're technologically advanced, but
Yeah.
other people could have been like industrially
or
advanced.
or spiritually. Spiritually, you don't know, bro. They could have had access to information. We don't even fucking know. You know, they say the burning bush was fucking DMT.
Weird.
DMT, bro. They were tripping. They were tripping balls. What do you think he did? What do you think? Who was it? Moses that came back with the 10 Commandments. What do you think he did at the top of that mountain, bro?
What I think is interesting, like,
What
so
did he do?
being a musician and stuff like that, like the guitar, for example, all of the notes and the harmonics and the scales and like the I can't, I'm spacing on the names of the scales right now, but there's two really well known scales, the diatonic scale and the pentatonic scale,
I got some
were-
diatonic.
were
blood
made
problems.
and figured out by the Aztecs.
What?
Yeah, it was either the Aztecs or the Mayans. It was
Look-
one of those two cultures.
Look it up. Look it up. This is real.
Which is
facts.
crazy.
This is knowledge right
Because
here.
it's really it's super complex. And how did they understand what harmonics were? How did they understand scales or what notes were even? They didn't have any instruments. Like they had like ancient instruments, but it wasn't as advanced
They
as
had
what we had.
rocks.
How do you figure out an entire if any of you guys are musicians, you know what the pentatonic scale is. How do you figure that out on rocks?
Yeah, bro.
That's pretty crazy.
I know they sacrificed a lot of humans. Maybe they used their ribs as like a xylophone. Anything is possible.
That's pretty metal.
That's fucking
That's
hardcore.
some heavy metal shit.
Yeah. Hey, Santana, look up how many Mayans or Aztecs were sacrificed for xylophones. No, just in general. I know they would do like massive human sacrifices to their
Yep.
gods. You know what I'm saying?
They're like kicking heads downstairs and shit in their
Bro.
temples.
Bro, savages.
That's some crazy shit. Can
That
you
was
imagine
before-
like
So some figure as low as 10,000 to 20,000,
Who gets these numbers though?
How do they know
How
how,
do you
many people
estimate that?
died? As high as 80,000 is crazy, but I want to know how they get those numbers.
I didn't do the Aztec.
Oh, that was just the Mayans. She didn't even go to Aztecs yet. About snap. We getting information right here. This is real. You may want to take notes.
That's yours. Where's my phone? I'm gonna look up this pentatonic scale shit.
The pentatonic scale. Bro, the Mayans had like writings, like drawings on like tablets, like sketches, like on rock tablets of the planets in exact order and size. All the planets. How would they possibly know that without a telescope?
Yeah, see, here's what it says. It says, the pentatonic scales were developed independently by many ancient civilizations as an indication that pentatonic scales are based upon a naturally occurring phenomenon.
Damn, naturally occurring phenomenon.
The
Son.
fuck was going on back? That's like some Avatar shit.
Yeah, man. What do you think they were doing with scales, bro? You think they were harnessing like sound vibrations or something?
It has to be all based on vibrations.
I heard that that's how the world operates, sound and vibration. I heard through the grapevine. No,
That's how energy works. So like
Vibrations,
matter
bro.
vibrates.
I took acid one time, and I was sitting outside, right? And this pit bull came outside to me, and I looked at the pit bull, and it was vibrating, in like a different level than all the people around me, and that's when I knew that that's motherfuckers be vibrating, bro. No, real talk though, man. Like that's not even a lie, bro. Like the world operates on vibrations too, and they say that certain frequencies, can vibrate atoms at like at certain levels. So
Well, that's
who
how.
knows? That the pyramids could have been like a audio funnel, man. Motherfucker just talking one end like, and just come out like the top like a fucking
Well, how heavy were those stones?
impossible to lift.
Like they were like 2 tons or something like that each.
We barely have stuff that can do that today. Let's just put it that way. Actually, we probably couldn't even do it today.
That's crazy. You heard all the crazy conspiracy stories?
On the pyramids?
Yeah, like people are
Yeah.
like, oh, the government made them and then
Government
made them look aged.
George Bush made the pyramids.
You can't make something look aged a million years. All right, it's not gonna work. I don't even
Full.
think they're that old. I don't know how old they are.
I don't know. They say the Sphinx is older than the pyramids, though, by like at least 2,000 years.
How did they make that? The Sphinx
From water
low key
erosion.
looks better than Mount Rushmore. Like the actual like
Bro, I ain't heard nothing
artistic
that
quality
real.
of that.
Bro, who made Mount Rushmore? Y'all fucking suck. The Egyptians whooping your ass, bro, 2,000 years ago.
Is that all it is? 2,000 years?
No, it's probably a little more.
How old are the pyramids?
Hey, fun fact. Cleopatra is closer to us than she was to the construction of the pyramids. Bet you didn't know that.
Fun fact: ancient Egyptians had braces.
Really?
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
Out of metal?
Yep.
Egyptians had metal?
They would also.
What if-
Historical analysis, whatever, tells us that the Egyptians built the Giza pyramids in a span of 85 years between 2589 and 2504 BC.
So that was like 5,000, 4,000 years ago.
Damn,
Like
that's
4,500.
5 racks.
Yeah, that's good math. That's what it says.
Egyptian
How?
braces. No, it's crazy. They like. Look at this. They use copper wire.
We're going to pull a picture up for you guys to see what he's talking about right now. Oh.
Isn't that nuts?
What?
Yeah, they had braces.
Yo, man, they had fucking grills, bro. Egypt was not playing. If you were royalty back then, you had all the sauce. You had gold. You had a goatee that just went down to like right here, and a hat that made your head look really big, but it was trimmed in gold. I just want some gold.
That's a grill right there.
Damn,
We're gonna pull up the pictures,
bro.
That's a grill right there.
We're gonna pull up this picture too.
I would wear that today because that looks
Screenshot it
hard.
on your phone so you can send it to me and we can post it up here for the public to see. Bro, Egyptians had grills. Look it up. It's been fucking fact check proven right here. OCS brought it to you first. You ain't heard this before. Egyptians got grills.
See, I just be finding shit like this, like getting lost in the hole on YouTube. You know what I mean?
YouTube has got a
YouTube
big
is
hole.
like late night YouTubing is like a constant state of tripping on ketamine.
I bet you could find some videos of somebody tripping on ketamine on YouTube.
Exactly, and then just like weird things happen. Who is the one that's setting the algorithms for the recommended videos on YouTube?
Yeah,
That's
man.
what I want to know.
I want to talk to them because they know me too well.
That shit doesn't. Nah, that shit doesn't make any sense
No?
to me. I'll be watching like a like a mixing tutorial for Pro Tools, and then all of a sudden I'm watching the 10 craziest videos that never got
It's
explained.
because like one time you watched a video like that, and it's like he might want to see one of those again.
But they're right. I want to watch it.
Yeah,
That's what's crazy.
You
They're like,
bastards
it
know
draws
too
me
much.
in a really weird way. Like, I have no use for this information, but yeah, that looks interesting. You know what I'm saying? And I end up getting like freaked out at like 4:00 in the morning in the studio by myself. I'm just like, one of these videos could be me. Like, I could be featured in the next one, and then like hear weird noises all throughout the building. Even though I know nothing's gonna happen, you know what I'm saying? I just get lost in that YouTube hole.
YouTube's hole is endless. There's a giant hole in YouTube.
The abyss.
And you know what's in there? God. Cut! Just kidding. Just kidding. No, we're not cutting. We got to talk to you guys about God. That's what we're here for today,
We're already
right?
21 minutes in.
21 minutes in. That's beautiful. All right. We got like 5 more minutes. All right.
We got like 9.
So we're going to go in. We're going to
8.5.
snap right now on some information. We talked about the Egyptians. We brought up the Sumerians. You guys can look them up. The Samaritans.
Yep.
Sounds gay. Samaritans. Anyways, them fools believe in the Anunnaki, which you should look up. Just in case you don't know. Get
Yeah, I
some
don't know anything
information
about the
in.
Anunnaki.
Guess what?
What did I say?
I don't know.
I said Anunnaki.
Oh,
I
you
thought.
probably did say it right, but I'm just tweaking. Insider joke. But yeah, so we talked about the Egyptians, we talked about Samaritans. What else? How about the
We
Greeks?
talked about the Mayans.
How
we
about the
talked
Greeks?
the Greek?
The Romans. The Romans.
The
Nah,
Romans-
fuck that. Let's talk about Genghis Khan.
That's my dog. I'm
Genghis Khan almost took over the whole world. That's his dad?
kidding.
Oh,
Could be.
fuck, I'm sorry, dude. I didn't mean to bring it up. I think he passed away.
He was a Mongol, right?
Don't call your father a Mongol. Just kidding.
But he was, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was Mongolian.
It says 1162. That's not that long ago.
You think he believed in God? You know, Genghis Khan believed that it was his like mission in life to conquer the earth.
It says Tengrism was his religion.
But I think his real name was like Tenzin.
It says Tengrism was his religion. It's Central Asian religion characterized by shamanism, animism, totemism, and
Totemism? Y'all believing in toads?
In what?
In toads. They believe.
Totem.
Oh. Oh, my
I
bad.
didn't say toadism.
I thought you said toadism, bro. I was like, they're believing in toads or toads
like
or
mystical
something.
toads
Mystical toad.
that never have warts.
It cures your warts.
So yeah, no, it says the religion that he followed was in the region of the Turks, Mongols, Hungarians, Bulgars, the Xiongnu, Xiongnu, and the Huns.
Xiongnu.
I forgot about the Huns.
The Huns, bro.
Attila the Hun.
Attila the Hun, Vanilla the Hun, Chinchilla the Hun.
What was
Those
going
my
on in
boys.
Central Asia back then? 1,000 years ago, what
In
was
Central
going on in
Asia,
Central Asia?
well, I don't know. China was taking over. They centralized. They had like what, 5 kingdoms that they centralized together into one country,
Yeah, something like that.
and they became like the superpower out there. You know,
Mhm.
they had they opened up markets and trade. They had like the first actual like
They were in
was
the
the
South Han dynasty. That was like the center of trade. What's interesting about
South
Asian
Han?
cultures, they never like you think of like old Europe and the Crusades and stuff, and how often they were invading each other, how often they were in war.
often.
The dynasty era in Asia, I think there was 3 recorded invasions.
Yeah.
In the entire existence of the dynasty area, because South Han was the main place, the only place you could really make money off of selling your goods.
Mm-hmm.
So every single Asian dynasty had to trade through the South Han dynasty.
So that probably became the most powerful dynasty. You know? Isn't it one dynasty took over the other 4
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure it started in South Han
until the Mongolians?
because they had so much money.
until the Mongolians came and fucked everything up. They said, fuck your wall. We're going to go around, bitch. That's what they did.
Really?
They went around the Great Wall. And then they bribed the guards that were there. So China was a really big country, so they couldn't really expand their resources throughout all of China. So they had, they paid basically like these like rebel dudes to go take care of the Mongolian enclave coming. And the rebel dudes just took the money and they're like, and they didn't want to get hurt. So they told the Mongolians when they got there, hey, we'll join you and we'll march with you into China. And they did. So they took the Chinese money and marched with the Mongolians into China. Incredible.
Wow.
They arrived at this town that was surrounded by a wall, and what they decided to do is wait outside of the wall until they starved to death inside, and the people wouldn't come out because they didn't want to fight the Mongolians. So they were safe in there. They decided to wait outside, camp outside. Any traders that would come to the city, they took all their shit and sent them back home or killed them until they starved to death. And then once they got in, they burned the place down and murdered everybody.
That's some gangster shit.
Yeah, and records say that the roads or the pathways to the town were lined. They were just like full of melted human fat. Yeah, where was God during that, huh?
What do you think that smelled like?
I don't know. It probably smelled like carnitas. Hey, humans are related to pigs somehow, bro.
What?
Yeah.
Where'd you hear that?
Well, we got like similar DNA. That's why they can grow human organs in pigs. They've been fusing humans with pigs for years now. If you look it up, since like the 70s.
I know they can like, didn't they grow like a human ear on a, no, they grew a human ear on a rat.
Yes.
How weird is that?
That's really weird. There's people,
there's a rat running around right now with a human ear on his back.
Probably one running around with some balls on his forehead. And I ask again, where is God in all this?
I don't know if it's a question of where is God. It's like, what is
God? I think God is just all the intelligence and energy in the universe summed up in like a being that we can't understand.
That's the perception.
They didn't like grow an ear like in his ear. They grew an ear.
No, like I said, there's an ear on this rat's back.
Body. We'll put a picture up for you guys to see this too. All right, you gotta see this.
An ear on its back?
That's weird.
But it grew like normal. It looks like a normal human ear.
They have a couple of them. A couple pictures if you Google it.
And that's the reason why humans should not play God either.
I mean, if that's the perception of God.
Maybe we are God. And this is all just illusion. Or a simulation. We're in a simulation, and this video is not real.
I mean,
that's what I've come to a conclusion of.
Wouldn't a video technically be a simulation? So we're like simulating a simulation? We're in the simulation process of simulating a simulation of a simulated idea
of simulations.
Whatever you want to call it. I don't know. I'm getting lost. This is getting weird.
This is getting weird. I think this is a good spot to cut it, huh?
Probably.
Brilliant. Thank you for joining us. This is our first podcast. We're talking about God and a bunch of other random stuff. You know, pig-human hybrids, ears growing off of rats, and the pyramids possibly being extraterrestrial.
Yep. Hopefully the weeks following this won't be as weird. We're going to be posting a podcast every single week. If you guys want to check us out on YouTube, you can look up Outcast Society on YouTube, Team OCS, or OCS Music Group.
We'll
we
leave
post
links.
Weekly content on them as well.
We'll leave links below. Make sure to go follow us on our pages and stuff. We'll leave information for all that. And stay tuned for more videos coming soon. Thanks. And be sure to leave comments on what you think our next video discussion should be.
Otherwise, it's going to be weird.
Very weird. And you're just going to hear more about God. Peace.
Peace.